Often we set too much. So for today's class, I'm going to do a class. You can just take your desk chair. You can push back. You can be seated on any other type of chair. You can be standing. Let's go and just take a moment. First, we take some nice deep breaths in through our nose, out through our nose, and we relax. I think it's important before we start stretching, just relax a little bit. I like to close my eyes. Maybe you just like to sit and stare out the window or something, whatever it is. Get that breath moving in deep, in through your nose, out through your nose. We'll take those big, beautiful breaths. And now chances are, if you've been sitting, you've probably been texting or keyboard. So the hands, the arms, the wrists might be a little sore. Let's work on that. Have your palms face and simply shake them out. I know it's kind of goofy, but it helps a lot. It enlivens the hands. It brings blood flow in. It loosens things up, gets them moving well. Good. A couple more seconds. Good, good, good. Now turn them around. Palms face away. We're going to do the same thing. So now we're shaking out, shaking into our forearms. Yeah, and nice. It's goofy, but God, it feels good. Oh, yeah. Now let's really enliven the hands. We're going to have our palms face, and we're going to tap our wrists together. A little light tapping. Continue. Let the hands be loose and free as you do this. Again, that breath is moving nicely. Want to be relaxed. Anytime we're stretching, anytime we're doing movements, this little qigong at the beginning here, Tai Chi qigong. And go ahead and switch that up. So you're doing the opposite wrist. Now, to really bring some fire into the hands, to liven them back up, we're going to bend the knuckles. We're going to bring your fingernails together. And remember, if you're a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout, probably, you're going to start a fire. Go ahead, just vigorously rub them, rub them, rub them, rub them, rub them. A little bit more, and really shake that all out. Whew, that feels nice. Take another deep breath in. Relax. This is a very relaxing session. So take those deep breaths in. Take a little break between our different. And one thing to notice here, notice how alive the hands feel. Maybe how loose they feel. Maybe you've been typing like crazy. You got to call this space bar thumb from hitting the space bar. Maybe they feel a little bit better, huh? All right, let's stretch them out now. Take one hand straight out, reach the other hand up and over. We're going to give that a nice pull. But one thing is we're going to do contracted stretching. So this hand's going to be pushing that way the entire time. As you reach over and you gently pull. You can pulse a little bit. You can do this as a repetition. So just pull back, resist with the hand. Oh. Now I like to think of them as being spring-loaded. So you pull back, you let it go, it drops down. Reach underneath, and now we're pulling the opposite direction, getting into the forearm, back of the wrist, and you're resisting again. This hand's trying to come up, but this one is not going to let it. Take those deep breaths and stretch. And let's move the other hand. That hand goes out, you reach up and over. We reach over and pull. Nice. Resisting with the hand. The fingers pushing into the others. That's why I come up and over. The fingers push against each other. They're pretty simple, huh? Okay, that's spring-loaded. Let it go. Reach underneath. And now we're stretching the back of the wrist, the forearm a little bit. And we breathe. Nice deep breaths. Sweet. Now, release that. We're going to go ahead. Your arm's going straight out. We're going to go right on top here. This is an acupressure release we did the other day. We're going to come right on down. You should feel some knots there, some tension, some tightness. Coming down a couple times. We'll shear it 3 times. And now think about where those points of tension were. I've got one right here. What we do, push in, push it towards the outside of the arm, and then make little circles with your thumb. You can also flex the hand. You're going to feel this. This will release. These little tension points will release. So we continue on as that lets go. We come right on down. There's another one. Dig in, release, little circles, pushing outside. Find a couple more. Right on down, right on down. Sweet. And let that go. Let's do the other side. Push in. Now, you see that muscle right there that I'm shearing out? We shear that muscle 3 times all the way down to the hand. This is going to help with the hand, going to help releasing some tension. Maybe you've got tightness in your thumb. Now find those points right there, a little bit lower on this side. I push in, I push back. Now yours will be in different spots depending on how you abuse your arms. And then right on down. These are great to help with carpal tunnel, anything that you've got that might be jamming you up a little bit. Right on down. Now, move to the inside. We're going to do the same thing, coming down the muscle right there 3 times. And then let's go 3 times on the inside of the other arm. And then once again, shake those out. A couple shimmy shakes, I call them. That's beautiful. Let's roll those shoulders up to yours, back and down. It's just a short little break from typing, from whatever you're doing, maybe even sitting, reading. Who knows? Just to move the body. Simple movement class to get the body moving, especially the upper body. Take one shoulder at a time now. We're going to roll them back. One side, the other side. This way you isolate a side. You can feel a little bit more what's going on. And let's bring them forward. Bring both shoulders forward. You can spread your wings if you like. I kind of like to do it that way. Other people, you'll leave your hands on. Just isolate the shoulders. Moving how it feels nice for you to move. And let's do like we did on the other side. Isolate one side at a time. Roll, 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 and roll. Sweet. And let that go. Now, let's stretch these shoulders out. We're going to take our right arm out in front. I'm mirroring you. We're going to bend that elbow. This is another contracted resistance stretch. You're pulling across your body as that arm resists. And now push right back out. And again, we'll come across. You're making the arm work as you come across. We're not just pulling. Now make it work on the way out. This is where we're strengthening the shoulder. We're strengthening, we're stretching. It's an aerobic stretch. You're inviting oxygen into the muscle. Let's do a couple more of those. Let's do 3 more. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Nice. You can back a little bit. I've gone in and out of focus for a little bit. Let's see if this helps. And last time through, I always like to straighten the arm and give a nice pull. Let's see the other side. Bend the elbow, we'll pull across and push back out. We did 6 on the other side. Let's do 6 on this side. Next time, pull across, straighten that arm, give a nice pull. And that's beautiful. Now we're going to do something called I Dream of Jeannie. If you're my age, you'll recognize the show. Jeannie, when she would make her magic happen, she would blink with her arms crossed like this. It's a little bit different. We're going to get into our rotator cuff. You're going to do that by pushing your elbows into your hands into your elbows. That's where the magic happens here. Now you're going to make little infinity signs, sideways 8s, you might say. We simply roll out as you continue pushing the elbows into the hands into the elbows. Do a few rotations like this. Now for a lot of people, it's the toughest part. We're going to stop or we're going to go the other way. Hitting it a little bit differently. Nice. Now, change the arms up. And then once again, we push the hands into the elbows into the hands. Rolling out the rotator cuffs. Getting this whole area loose, free. Let's reverse the direction. Good. Do some free-form shoulder rolls. Move them however they feel nice. A little gentle movement. Feels nice. Get the body alive. Now, we're going to do something. We're going to get the spine in motion. I'll come sideways so you can see. We want to sit nice and tall. We're going to take a deep breath in as your belly comes forward. As you feel, you're going to round down, arching the back. You might need to move up in your chair a little bit, give yourself a little more room. Take a deep breath in as you come forward. You take a little pause to the front, a little pause to the back, and then round down as you feel a really good stretch. Sometimes I like to reach my arms long and feel this between my shoulder blades. Continue for 4 or 5 more rotations. This stuff. It's so simple. You're going to see today, I don't know how long this will be, 10, 15 minutes. Just take 10 or 15 minutes out of your day. Get up from your desk. Or you don't have to get up. You scoot your chair back and you flow through some of these movements. All of them, maybe none of them. Maybe you go ahead and pop this class up in the corner of your screen and go through these with me. Won't hurt. Won't hurt. It's good for you. Now, I always like to, after moving the spine forward and back, and throwing some lateral motion. You do that with torso circle, spinning around. Reverse the direction. If you need sound effects, you make sound effects. These classes, these online classes, just no music. So if you like tunes, find your tunes before you fire up the class. Pump them on, maybe one that gets you pumped up, maybe one that makes you mellow, depending on what you're doing, which class you're doing. Roll it around again. And then let's just go to an easy forward fold coming down over your legs. I'm just going to come forward a little bit. Shift your body side to side. Now we're stretching down the side. Hands on the outside of your leg. If you're all the way down, maybe you walk your hands to one side and then the other. This is called flowing on a river, flowing like a river, side to side. I'll bring that back up. Let's take another deep breath in. Take them all night. Won't hurt. Promise. The more you breathe deeply, the more healing you get, the better you feel. Let's wrap this up today with some easy head circles. Roll your head out. As you do head circles, I always encourage you to move where and how it feels good to move, to linger any place it feels good to linger. Maybe you're going around, there's a little spot that catches, and you want to stop there and just kind of shear it out a little left and right before you move on. A couple more of those. Roll it around. Nice, deep breaths. Reverse your direction. Yummy. Stretches and movement are yummy. Right back to center. We look over one shoulder, we look over the other, we'll shake it all out. And there you go. That's your short little class. Looks like about 12 minutes that you can do anytime. Just push back that chair. Even if you just do these stretches, just push back and do it. Keep your body in motion. Keep moving every single day. And I'll talk to you next time.